weekend, we can see in this very short drone footage how very clearly there's a banana. Okay? We can see how the fleet tendency is to sail to each other instead of sailing towards the flags. Right? So super important in these days. First, that you know which side is favorite. Second, that you consider and you know what the current is doing, because most likely these boats are being pushed back because of the current. Let's look at the next video. So came a little too soon. The moment of the start, as you can see, same as before. The other video was a little bit earlier on time, but you can see here how this boat, I believe, is starting here with no numbers. She's flapping next to the mark, which makes no sense, right? It would be much better to come sailing with speed towards the start, right? Or to come to the center and start anywhere in this line. This line here, it's all the line, the starting line. So by being on the sides, what you are able to do is to see that these guys are below the line. So when you see that, come in, not towards them, come in front of them, and then it will be less risky for your start. Okay, so you're waiting. Here we can also see how there's a lot of room on the line, right? And you can see some places where the fleet get together. So a common mistake in this moment is to do what this guy is doing here, that is accelerating too quick to them, right? You may roll him, but there's a lot of risk for it. So this boat, I believe, is Patrick. He should be doing a double tack, right? And he should not pull his sail down to accelerate so much. He should be more worried about where the line is, but clearly he's below the line. We can, if you want, we can do a line. Let's draw a line in between the flag. Sorry, that's not the best line. Let's draw a line without the arrow. Alright. So we can make a line from here to there. Let's erase those two. And now we can make an arrow. From here all the way to there. So you're not so far below the line, not too bad, right? But the problem is not that you are below the line. The problem is that you are with a very, very difficult group, that they will all slow each other down, because this boat is gonna push, this boat is gonna push, and you should not sail towards them, yeah? Unless of course you see the chance, but you have to be very careful, because one mistake of you on timing, or this boat points a little bit up, and you're gonna start very close to him. So much better for you will be to do a tack and a double tack. Yeah? Okay, let's continue watching this. Let's see what happens. So you can see how you start accelerating before them, and you end up starting good, but I believe quite risky. Towing is still flapping. This boat here, which I don't know who she is, but flapping there, in this moment, this one too, sail quicker towards the pin, just in case you are below the line, because like I told you before, this was a line, and you don't know where you're below or not, but the closer you get to the pin, the less chances you have of being below the line. These boats are very, very, very low. These boats, of course, worst place to be is in the middle situation. And here we can see how the boat starts getting close to each other. Patrick had a good start. I think this is Craig trying to hold his position. Similar mistake on Craig to try to accelerate soon. Let's try to see in this moment, if you now let go your sail heading up, think of it. This group will sail further away from you. So do not worry about accelerating in this situation. Worry about getting close to these guys. Worry about going high up on the line. Otherwise, you end up really fast, but in a tricky position. Because look at you, already struggling to head up. And because you didn't hold these boats, you're not able to tack. So wouldn't it be much better to be here? Much better it will be to be here. We can see another boat over there. Who is this boat that choose to tack? Because he couldn't find a position, tack in there. Craig could hold it. So super important to have room on leeward. Super important to have room on leeward, no matter how good you can hold it. And you can see how when you don't have a line, you go slower and slower and slower and slower and slower.